Hello and welcome to another Punters Guide this weekend as we focus on the flat action from the two news, Newcastle and Newmarket. Jason Weaver alongside me. He'll be up on the Toon this weekend. It's an early start, Jason. No lie-in for you this weekend.
Yeah, it will. Looking forward. Got the opening show. That'll be on nice and early, just to give us a nice little flavour of the afternoon. And yeah, we jump straight into the early action, which I think is great. Obviously on the main channel as well. 12:20. Typical sprint, and we've got the regulars here, haven't we? You know, the likes of the Soldiers Minute, Rati, who managed to win last year, Magical Spirit, Allays Dancer. Both of those have been winning at Doncaster earlier on in the campaign. But I have to say that at this time of the season, £6 the weight for age allowance for the 3-year-olds, and just maybe Batal Dubai. Now, it's been an awful start for Harry and Roger Charlton by their normal standards. But he was a bit of an eye catcher last time, not beaten far, hands and heels, coasted home. That was at Windsor. He's 1 from 1 on a synthetic. We've got quite a few in here. The likes of Allays Dancer's only ever had one try on the all-weather. Lethal Levi is having his first ever spin on a synthetic this afternoon. So, Battle Dubai. I think he's a bit of a surprise package in here. Stalls in the centre, small field. They may well just go up the centre of the track.
Interesting. Yeah, 1 from 1 to keep that unbeaten record. Then Batal Dubai. We stick over the same track and trip for the Group 3 Chip Chase Stakes. Hopefully the Dead 8 do make it to the post. We've got a Royal Ascot winner in here. Witch Hunter, who came from what's last to first on a typical Jamie Spencer ride. It's a good race. Brad the Brief, the old boy Judicial in here as well. And Mount Athos, interesting. He was keen last time out. He's dropped to 6 for the first time.
Yeah, good renewal. I think, Brad the Brief, what's happened to him? He's 1 from 2 on the all-weather, got an official rating of 114. He should be winning, shouldn't he? But he's been off the track for an awful long time. Same with Judicial. He's managed to win 4 times. He actually he tracked the leaders in this contest last year and then fell in a hole. As we know, he's much, much better coming from the back off a real strong gallop. I've got to say that I go down through them. Tiber Flow is super, super tough and consistent. In the 3-year-old all-weather sprint last year, he finished just up behind El Caballo. Very, very good form. He was behind Creative Force at Haydock. He's a proven group 1 performer, if you like. And maybe this company is coming down a notch. And you mentioned the 2 from the James Tate team. Both of those have got good all-weather form. 2 from 2 for Mount Athos. 3 from 4 for Iconic Moment, but they are coming down from the long sprint distance, aren't they? And that may well just catch them out. So I think that Tiber Flow has a bit of an edge in here for a team that are hitting their straps.
Well, and Tiber Flow for winning Maggis could be a good day for him, indeed. Right, let's move on to the Northumberland Vars, from the sprinters to the stayers, the consolation race for the play. And you mentioned the weight for age a little earlier. Well, it's massive, £17 here in this one. There's a couple of 3-year-olds, Hadrianus and Ionopolis. Interesting. Hadrianus has been on the go a long time this season already.
Yeah, look, it's amazing, isn't it? You think, or I would think anyway, that it should be shorter over the extreme distances, but that weight for age scale up to a massive percentage, like you said, 3 from 4, £17, a huge amount. He's going to appreciate the drop in grade, but he ran a bit of a stinker, didn't he, in the Queen's Vars just the other day? Backs up fairly quickly. You go through all of these. I've got to have 2 stabs at it here. I think that the one who'll be overlooked, mainly because it comes from Heather Main stable, is Mostly Sunny, who's 1 from 3 at the trip. I think he's out there around about 9, somewhere around there. He's got good course and distance form, and he's only £1 higher than that. I hope that they don't force the issue too much early on, because there's going to be a bit of pace on in here. So I hope they take their time. Blow Your Horn, he bolted up the other day, didn't he? And they said that he wasn't going to go for this. But he's that well handicapped. They think that they have to go, don't they? My concern with him, 2 from 18 on a synthetic. Not a particularly good win rate for him, even though he's thrown in. I've seen him beaten regular on the all-weather off lower marks, so I'll swerve him. Right at the top of the pack, what about this one? Phelan, originally 1.5 million he cost, by Dubawi at a Daydream, picked up for 40 at the Horses in Training sale. 2 years ago, I think it was, Nicholas T had never tried the trip for who? Jim Goldie. What happens? He goes and wins this particular contest. I think that Falak is another one of those. He's going to be stepping up in trip for the first time. Big each way player.
Yeah, so you have plenty of luck in running. He has to come from behind, doesn't he? And Cal Rodriguez, he needs to stick him there right on the jam stick. So that's a consolation race for the plate. Let's talk about the plate itself. All the regulars in here, Rajinsky, Rainbow, Dreamer, Corn, the Wind, Zoffy, they keep clashing time and time again. But there's other horse that you've liked for at least last year, Post Impressionist, who heads the market. He could still be ahead of the handicapper, couldn't he?
Yeah, two horses stick out, don't they? Like the proverbial sore thumb. And obviously one of those Post Impressionists could be anything. He's £8 higher than when he absolutely bolted up last time. And again, trip-wise, he could even improve again, stepping up in distance. Omniscient, who goes for Samart Prescott, he's also been put up £8 since we last saw him. He won over 1.5 miles. Now, he's a half-brother to Dashing Willoughby. So he could still literally be thrown in on a mark of 95. I'm surprised that he's as big as he is at around about 10 to 1. He'd be the one I'd be most scared of if you're talking about one who's going to take a dramatic step forward. He looks like he has been prepped and primed for this particular contest by the Samart Prescott team. But I have to say, I'm going through all of the runners in here. Why on earth won't Law of the Sea give you a really good run for your money? He's had 3 tries for Ian Williams. All of them have been in really tough competitive handicaps. And I think the ground may well have been a little quick for him at Haydock. He ran a stormer from a wide stall position at Ascot just the other day. And I know he backs up quick, but he's 1 from 2 on a synthetic. He comes in here, he's got a perfect inside stall position in 2. I think he's a major player. Like the jockey, Richard Kingscote is on board as well. I think he's going to bide his time down towards the inside. And I know we've got the horses that we always follow, Post Impressionist, Omniscient. They could be anything. We've even got a horse, Berkshire Rocco. 2020, he was second in the St. Ledger. Remember that. So listen, Law of the Sea, he's going to be overlooked in the market.
Interesting. Keep an eye on that one. Then you've got Rainbow Dreamer, who of course broke the track record as well at the over the championship. So that's Newcastle sorted. Let's have a look at Newmarket then. 3 races from HQ, starting with a listed contest. Plenty of winners in here. Plenty, of course, yet to show their true potential. Big price, but so interesting. William Haggis thrown a newcomer in here, maybe looking for the black type, but he's not the kind of man that usually does that.
No, he's not, is he? Look, it's run for Maureen Britton Memorial, Empress Filly Stakes. You remember Clive Britton? He used to love throwing a big price runner in, didn't he? And but no, that definitely took my eye. I'll be waiting to see what she looks like in the prelims. Certainly it's a tough old ask. But if you were to shy away from Ziggy's Phoenix and also Star of Mystery, we're only looking at a sort of low 80s rating, aren't we, for her to come up to on racecourse debut, and she may well be up to that. The winners have not pulled up any trees so far, I have to say. Never Stop Dreaming wasn't a bad performance from her when she managed to win at Pontefract. Flashed her tail late on. Don't expect her to get hit with the Pro Cush. Looked as if she resented that. One with any amount in hand, could be anything. But surely at the top of the market, Star of Mystery, half-sister to a couple of Grade 1 winners, Group 1 winners. She looked the proverbial rocket when quickening away in the closing stages. It's hard to win by 11 lengths in any grade. And she opened up for a wide margin success. Look, Charlie Appleby has said his 3-year-olds are not particularly good. So the juveniles are coming through at the moment. What about this for a stat? As we stand now, 7 from 19 at a 37% strike rate for the 2-year-olds. Not too shabby.
It's not. I was looking at this because obviously he got quite a bit of stick for Ascot, and everyone was looking at saying, oh, Godolphin and Appley's horses. Away from Ascot, 6 of his last 7 horses have won away from Ascot. Okay, you didn't have a great day on the track, a week on the track at Royal Ascot, but away from there, they're absolutely flying.
Yeah, look, and you could say that also, couldn't you? You could say that about the Balding team. You could say, obviously, Appleby, George Bowie, it didn't happen for him. A Charlie Johnson, it didn't happen. There are lots of teams that went in there thinking they were going to be okay, but no, it didn't happen for Appleby. I like that. 7 from 19, 37% strike rate with the juveniles. This could be a rocket.
Yeah, red hot indeed. Let's move on to the old horses in the Fred Archer Stakes listed contest. This one over 1.5 miles. We mentioned Charlie Appleby's doubly represented again. He's got Kamari, but also at the top of the market, he has got New London.
Funny sort of race, isn't it? Outbox is guaranteed to make the run-in, as he always does, and he'll probably outrun his odds for a little way, but he'll get outclassed, I think, late on. Now, Kamari, 2021 Queen's Vase winner, hasn't managed to get his head in front since then. He's knocked loudly on the door, admittedly, over a variety of trips. New London, not seen for an age, definitely was on the improve, rounding off with a pretty decent second. You remember he got upgraded, didn't he, from third to second in the St. Ledger. So that was a pretty good performance. Wind up, tongue tie, everything thrown at him. That hasn't exactly worked the Oracle, has it, with Native Trail, another one of my cliff horses the other day. And then you've got Al Arsi, Coronation winner in 2021, confidence booster and a listed success. Can you remember him travelling like a good thing here at Newmarket and then falling in a hole when everybody expected him to win? Is that the track possibility? Look, Phantom Flight has already bumped into New London over a bit shorter. He's a half brother to a couple of decent stayers, so I think that he's guaranteed to improve, going up in distance. Been a torrid time, hasn't it, for the Horton team with everything that's going on at the moment. This could be a nice little confidence booster. Oh, Phantom Flight. I think he might have the best change of gear out of these late on.
Interesting. Yeah, those are horses that you like. We both like Phantom Flight. Promised plenty. Yeah, it wasn't a bad run so far this season. So let's have a look at the 1/5. And this is the Criterion Stakes. You mentioned Al Arsi. This is incredible, isn't it? The Shadwell team, William Haggas and Jim Crowley. They've also got Aldari in here. Neither have been seen for 14 months. They both won on the same day, May of last year, and now here they are reappearing, both of them, 420 days later. You've taken on Al Arsi. Are you with or against Aldari?
Yeah, I'm going to take him on. I am going to take him on, even though he's managed to win 6 from 10, the Challenge Cup, the Balmoral winner. He looked really good, didn't he? And he absolutely hacked up when we last saw him in a listed contest. This is a bit tougher. Up in the Group 3 company, Pogo won this on the front end last year. You've got the likes of Jumbie, who's a Hungerford winner, and he won the John of Gaunt when we last saw him. Audience, what about that for a pedigree? The Dam is out of PRS, who the team know incredibly well, who was a dual Group 1 winner. Made all when we last saw him. That was off the back of a gelding operation. He could put the pace to the race, certainly test Aldari's fitness. I've got to say, we mentioned him a moment ago, Andrew Balding, no luck, couple of seconds at the Royal Meeting. Berkshire Shadow, Coventry winner, placed in the St. James's Palace, won 2 7 furlong races on his return, 7 furlongs and a mile. He's been at the top level the last twice. This is a big drop down the ladder into Group 3 company over the long sprint. So Berkshire Shadow, James Doyle on board, an interesting booking for that particular squad. So I think he might have a little bit of a class angle in here, taking on Aldari because of fitness.
Yeah, so no issues with that on Berkshire Shadows. Score fitness indeed last Tuesday, Royal Ascot, of course. So that's 7 races covered on ITV. What would be your best bet of those 7 this weekend?
The one that really jumps out at me, I think that he's the wrong price. It's got to be Phelan at an each way price. With that wonderful pedigree, he goes over to Goldie. He's never tried the trip. I think that he will stay. Just look back at his run at Hamilton behind Postilio. He was never any closer than right on top of the line, and that form could work out really, really well. Skinny one, obviously, for the team will be the Godolphin Juvenile, Star of Mystery. I'm not going to put her up at 5-4. So Phelan in the consolation, 16s each way play.
Yeah, that'll do for us then. Phelan in the Vase consolation for the play. Don't forget, it's an early start on Saturday, 12:20, so no lie-in, early to bed on Friday, no drink as well. As look forward to another great weekend. The turf and the all-weather centre stage on a Saturday afternoon. Wherever you're back in, best of luck.